Howdy folks. Today's shave is going to be with a shaving cream, Palmolive. It's the menthol one. Alum block with the rubber band. Horsehair brush. Already got it loaded up. And it's loaded. And this is what it looks like inside the bowl there. It's good and creamy, wet. Shaver of the day. This will be the second use on the American Safety Razor blade. This is a Jim Junior. It's gold tone. It's been used a little bit, as you can see on the base there. Beard balm is going to be Cremo. That's the color. I'll be using that off camera. And of course the witch hazel. I've already used a hot towel to the face for the pre-shave. And go ahead and wet the face here. Get started. I had been looking at my Jim razors, and I have several of the juniors, and the handles, they vary in size, in other words in length. But I also have a Jim razor that looks very close to the rest of them, except for it's just Jim. It's not a junior. And this one particular one, I noticed that there was a difference. They all look so much alike. Ever Ready Star, they all kind of sort of looks like this. There might be slight differences right here on the tab. There might be a difference, but overall they all kind of more or less look the same. And I had noticed on one of the one that just says a Jim, that this distance right here on the back side, just to look at it by itself, you may or may not notice that for whatever reason on that one, this distance was not near as long. In other words, this was shorter. Thought it was kind of interesting, something I'll look into and see what else I can find out about it. Just kind of odd that design wise that would be different. Even the handle itself, and the threads, they're different. They look like you'll be able to change out the handles if you wanted to. And this one, and I have it, maybe it's just that one there, they're not interchangeable. The threads are different. Go ahead and get started with pass number 1 here. I just thought that was odd, but considering that it is a older razor, I'm sure it has a story to tell. No telling what it's been through. If any modifications have been made to it over time, which very much, it could have happened. All of them have the stamp, or the patent 1912 on them. I just comparing them, looking at them. Like I said, they all look very much alike. But until you get I guess you might say a side-by-side comparison, sometimes you don't really realize there are some slight differences over the years when they were made. Also, it kind of makes me wonder what the reasoning was in behind, I guess you might say, the changes. Just different periods of time they're changing their tooling. Were they improving their processes? Very well could have been. Or it could be that I just had the odd one out. Somebody, an individual, the proud owner of it, made the change. Who knows? I mean, these razors aren't exactly young. No telling how many hands it's been through. Alright, go ahead and rinse and get ready for pass number 2 here. Don't see a whole lot in the way of shaves with gym razors. Single edge. Some of the conversation is more about the blade. This blade here picked up got a CVS. It's got the CVS on the cardboard, you know, on the backing, the packaging, but don't know if you could tell or not. We'll see. We'll give it a try. I don't know if that'll focus in or not. It says American Safety Razor, so there's no telling how long these have been in the works. Pass number 2 across the green. This will be the second use on this blade. I read where some people have made mention that the razor and or the blade was not a comfortable shave for them. Of course, also the assumption is it is too easy to, if you're not careful, what kind of blade you're actually getting when you're getting more or less like a store brand. In other words, make sure you're not getting one that should be scraping off something off of a glass. Scraper blade, if you will. Not that I've ever tried one. I don't know if I want to do that. You know, the same take one for the team. Try a scraper blade to see how it shaves. I do have a box of ones that look just like what I'm shaving with right now, except for the box they refer to them as industrial. Probably your first hint not to use them like that. Weather has changed quite a bit here the past few days. Lows have been around the 60s, which makes mornings pretty nice. But it's supposed to warm up again, get closer to the 90s during the day. Alright, let's go ahead and get ready for pass number 3 against the grain. For me, it's a different feel when you shave with one of these kind of blades, razors. Thickness of the blade probably has a lot to do with it. There is a blade gap. I mean, you can see that you can see the blade, you know, it's exposed there, but I don't, you know, I don't really notice it myself. You see this menthol Palmolive shaving cream loaded up pretty easy. There's plenty of lather in there for another shave. Menthol's not too terribly heavy, in other words, make your eyes water, but you can smell it. But if I had to say in between, in my opinion, the shave that I've got with the older Schick injectors versus the gym, so far I would have to say the Schick injectors probably a more smoother, comfortable shave for somebody starting out. I think part of it might just be mental, the fact that you're looking at the at the blade, the open combness of this, the design of that right there bothers people probably. It might be intimidating. Kind of look at it in a different way, that many gentlemen, many guys shaved with these things and did just fine with them. Don't see why I can't. I mean, you hear that feedback. It's you can kind of tell going over the same spots. To me, it's got plenty of slickness. This shaving cream's inexpensive. I think I paid between $3 and $4 for it. Didn't pay a whole lot for it. Not all my shaving cream, but most of my shaving cream I got from Gifts and Care online. Ordered it online. Go ahead and rinse the face. See what the Allen Block has to say about the shave. And I didn't feel any irritation. Don't feel like I got a bad shave. Second use on the blade, which this blade being a thicker blade, I would think it might be able to hold its edge a little bit longer than maybe like a DE blade. There's not very many DE blades I get several shaves out of. Thinking use Persona, Astra SP, the green ones. Feather's been the only one that I've got, I can say, several shaves out of. I mean, there's a lot more blades out there that I haven't tried. Derby, I'd have to say, it's not that I get a bad shave, but it's not there's better blades out there. But when you're, trying to stay on a budget or anything like that, hey, that's It's not a bad blade to be starting out with. Alright, here's the alum block. I don't have any stinging at all. It didn't feel like I would. It felt like a smooth, comfortable shave. Of course, it might be technique sometimes on what some people are, how much pressure they're used to using. Witch hazel today. Guess if you're watching the video all the way through, you're kind of wondering at this point because it'll be in the title, what I'm going to follow this up with. And regardless what time of the year it is, for me, in other words, spearmint, mint, eucalyptus, menthol, Osage Rub. Yeah, I like it all throughout the year. Guess you might say I'm not a person that necessarily says that scent is seasonal for me. It's whatever I'm in the mood for. This is good stuff. Yeah, you can definitely, with my sinus issues, yeah, it does wonders for it. Alright, today's shave was with a gold tone Gem razor. This one here is a Gem Junior. Don't know if you can see this on the back. See if we can get the clarity good off of it there. It's the longer handle, second use on the blade. Shaving cream of the day, Palmolive menthol. Brush, horsehair. Still got, it's got, like I say, there's small bowl, it's not very big. Lathers up really nice. Light scent on the menthol and the shaving cream. Alum block with the rubber band. Here's the casing for the bead blank for the blades I use it from CVS. Witch hazel. And of course, Osage Rub. Hope everybody's having good shaves and doing well. Till next time, smooth shaves.